Amanda here. Thanks so much for joining me. So following on from my previous video where I gifted a 9-page digital download to everybody, I thought I'd come and share what I've made so far. I've got other ideas in my head, but I'll just share these with you. So my first idea was these fabulous Christmas cards. Super simple to do. Pre-cut and scored, cheap, El Cheapo cards. And I've just used the background pages in the collection and the large gingerbread fussy cuts and created these really quick and easy Christmas cards. Really cute, really quick and easy. And obviously because you've got the free download, you can make as many as you want because all you've got to do is print another page. And you can make them to your heart's content. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial if you want to stay to the end. I've also made these, a trio of milk carton lidded boxes. So again, I've used the background papers. I've printed them on 200 GSM lightweight card stock, both the fussy cuts and the background papers, and I've created these cute little milk carton boxes. And I've just changed the papers slightly on each one. As I say, I've added the fussy cuts with just some foam tape at the bottom. And these are fabulous. I'm actually going to give these to my granddaughter so she can give them out to teachers at school. And the lid comes off and you've got some yummy treats inside. Okay, so these are a perfect little gift to give. And they are so simple, quick and easy to make. I have used sizing, which means you can make these from either A4 or US letter size cardstock. You don't need to start cutting into 12 by 12s, and both components are in lightweight cardstock. So those are my ideas. Don't forget to go and grab those free digitals. They are free on my Ko-fi, or you can leave a donation, or they're free in my Facebook group. Check out the previous video to this one for that information. And if you'd like to see how to make this cute little milk carton topped box, then get comfy, grab a brew, and we will, when I've done struggling with this, we will get to a quick and easy tutorial. Okay, off we go. So I've zoomed out so that you can see, so excuse my messy desk. So your first piece, you need to cut to 7 7/16 by 7 7/16. Now 7/16 is a 16th below 7.5 inches. If you're not clever with 1/16 of an inch, I generally try and avoid them, but there's no other way to make this size box so that the lid fits. So if you don't like working in 1/16 of an inch, cut it to 7.5 by 7.5, and then just go back in your trimmer and take a gnat's whisker or a dog's hair off two sides. Okay, the tiniest sliver. All that is doing is it's making the bottom part of the box ever so slightly smaller so that the lid slides on nicely. So again, it's either 7 7/16 by 7 7/16, or cut it 7.5 by 7.5, then go back in your trimmer, and on the length and on the height, on the width and the height, take another sliver off, making sure they're both fairly even. Okay, that's the only easy way I can explain it. And then on this piece, all you need to do is score at 2.5. top to bottom, rotate anti-clockwise, 2.5, rotate again, so you're scoring at 2.5 on all 4 sides basically. Okay, so that's that. Then on your longer piece here, you want to put this in your scoreboard or with the 10.5 inch side to the top, and we are going to score at 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. Then rotate it anti-clockwise and score at 1 and 2.5. Okay, right, So we'll do the lid first because there's just a little bit of extra scoring on the lid. So on the lid, you want to fold the 1/2 inch in and each of these square sections in. Okay, when you open it back out, you've got a wide score at the bottom and a short score at the top. The short score at the top you want to fold inwards, and the wide score at the bottom you want to fold backwards. Okay, like that. Okay, so now what you want to do is just grab some scissors, and where you've got this 1/2 inch, which side's it at? It's at this side. I'm just going to turn it around. Where you've got the 1/2 inch, just mitre gently on the corners. Okay, right, so so here I've got my 1/2 inch is on my left. I've got the skinny score at the top and the wider score at the bottom. So on here you've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Okay, let me just double check. So it's going to go around like that. You want that at the back. Yeah, I'm right. So on the first box here, so there's one box. Okay, miss a box, this box, that's box 3. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. I'm over explaining it because I've got dotty paper and it's hard for you to see. So on box 1 and box 3, you want to measure, so they should measure approximately 2.5 inches. Well, they should measure exactly 2.5. Make a mark at 1 1/4. And then over on box 3 here, between the scores, again measure at 1 1/4 and make a mark. Then you want to come in with your ruler and a ball tool, and you'll be able to see the defined, I'm jittering there, the defined box there, okay, and the defined box there, and the defined box there. So you want to go from the corner up to the score line, and from the corner up to the score line within that box, and the same on number 1. So just use your ball tool. All this is going to do is it's just going to give a more defined, crisp shape when we make the milk carton, and it just looks that little bit more realistic, a little bit more finished, a little bit more elegant. Just, you know, if you're going to do a job, do it right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the whole thing over. Okay, I'm going to fold that 1/2 inch flap in. I'm going to add some sticky tape to it. You can glue if you want, but it's easier with just tape. And then what I'm going to do is on this skinny score at the top, so you should still have your wider one at the bottom, I'm going to add tape the full length of that. Okay, but then stopping at this 1/2 inch. You don't want any more tape on there. Okay, then turn it back over. And on box 1 and box 3, where you've got your little mark, on the skinny section at the top, add tape on the front, on your pattern. Okay, and here. Okay, I hope I'm explaining it because it's a dotty paper and you're not going to be able to see very clearly. So now whilst we're on the front, we've got these triangles that we've just scored. I'm just going to gently coax them to start the paper, you know, start the paper's memory that that's where it's going to end up going. We're just giving it a gentle squeeze, a gentle coax along those triangular score lines. It's just going to make everything come together neater for you in a moment. Okay, so then what you want to do is fold it all over, turn it over, sorry. Fold that 1/2 inch strip and remove your tape. And I'm just going to do it this way because I'm right-handed. Then you should be able to just fold the whole thing in half, okay, and it should line up and press, okay. So now what you want to remember is where you can see tape, that's your top and this is your bottom. So now what you want to do is just gently, where you've got these triangular bits, where we scored those are going to be your sides, okay? And where your 1/2 inches that you've attached, that's going to be your back. So start and practice and coax that paper into position, okay? And you should see that it will just automatically develop like a square at the bottom, and because you've done that scoring, all you've got to do is just squeeze this top, but make sure they're lined up because you want it even. So there you go, because you've given your paper that memory, it's just going into the shape, and it's a defined shape. So now what you want to do is go in, and if you look where your side tab is, you'll have a gap where it's not attached. That will leave you room to go in and grab that tape end, okay? Once you've grabbed the tape end, squeeze that 1/2 inch tab together, and just remove that tape all the way around, okay? And go back and gently squeeze, gently and carefully, so that it lines up and it doesn't go off line. Not that it matters, you know, it's just a little treat box, okay? Then just coax the sides open a little bit, and you've got your tape that we added. You want to get that tape out and squeeze that end. Same here. Get your tape out and make sure it's lined up, and then squeeze. And now that is all nice and neat and tidy, and you've got a lovely defined shape. So the box section's super easy. All you've got to do is fold and burnish on all of those score lines. Give them a good old crease. Okay. Good old crease, lots of burnishing. Okay, so hopefully you can see my creases there. So we're going to go in with some nice long sharp scissors, and we're going to cut from the bottom, from the right corner, we're going across to the first score line, and we're going to cut from the cut edge up to this first adjoining score line, and we're cutting to the far left side of that score line. So we're almost cutting away the score line, and the score line should be left on here, okay? Then we're going to turn it anti-clockwise, and we're going to do the same. Turn it anti-clockwise, and you're going to do the same. And again, turn it anti-clockwise, you're going to do the same. Okay, so that's releasing your flaps to make your box. Now, we're going to take some of the bulk away. So we're going to start at the first one here, to my left, okay? And we're going to cut that in half, upwards. Okay, so the flap was going that way, we're cutting it in half. Then I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to notch at each side. Okay. Then I'm coming across to this one, and I'm cutting it in half, going upwards. Then I'm turning it anti-clockwise, and I'm notching. I'm coming across to the next one. I'm cutting it in half, going upwards. Then I'm going to turn it anti-clockwise. I am going anti-clockwise, aren't I? Yeah, because the clock goes that way. And notch. And then come across to the last one, and you're doing the same. So we're just cutting it in half. You don't need to measure it. Just take about half of it off. It doesn't matter. Notch. Okay. So you're left with this. Hopefully you can see the shape of it. And what you want to do is you want to fold each flap in. Like that. Okay, so that it goes round like so. And on each of these flaps, we're going to add tape or glue. Okay, I'm going to use tape. Okay. I'll add all of my tape, and then I'll remove it, and I will edit this part out just to make the video quicker. Okay, so I have added and removed added my tape, removed the backing. Okay, so you're just going to flap will attach on the next section. So you're lining up the 2 edges, okay, as straight as you can, and press. Straight as you can and press. Straight as you can and press. And the last one, straight as you can and press. Then just go in with your bone folder or your hand. Give that all a nice press so that it's nice and stuck down. And that is your 2 components of your little milk carton lidded treat box made. So I have just decorated mine further by punching 2 holes and putting some pretty ribbon round. I added ribbon around the base of the box here by adding 1/2 inch double-sided tape all the way around, and then just stuck my ribbon to it, okay. And then obviously you've got the lovely fussy cuts. All I've done with those is cut them out. I have inked mine with vintage photo and used some foam tape, cheap as chips. So there are some cute ideas for you. So I've got 1, 2, 3. They're a little bit addictive, so don't blame me if you end up with millions of them, but they make great little gifts. You can put absolutely anything in them. Also, you could use them at any time of year. You know, this design, even it would be cute with stationery and paper clips, or, you know, little bulldog clips or whatever. You can use them for anything. So make sure you save this video to your playlist so that you can refer back to it, and you've always got the measurements. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.